Are you one that loves to eat calamari when you're out at a restaurant, but you're super intimidated to make it at home? Well, today I'm going to share with you some of the rules in preparing calamari. First, start at your fishmonger or your fish shop and make sure that when you purchase squid that it has a very nice briny aroma. It shouldn't be fishy at all. The squid shouldn't be slimy and the flesh should be firm in texture, but not rubbery. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the tentacles and the head away from the body. All you need to do is pull the body away from the tentacles. So that's just like this here. And the innards should come out with it. And now part of the innards here is the ink sac of the squid. And that's really great. It flavors risottos or pasta dough, but we're not going to use it today. And now to separate the tentacles from the rest of the head, you're going to cut in between the tentacles and the eyes, and your knife should be able to slide right through nice and gently. We're going to discard this whole thing. The tentacles now, you want to cut away the long tentacles. These are the grasping tentacles. And there you have a beautiful thing of tentacles. And then for the cavity or the mantle of the squid, first things first, you need to remove the cartilage, which is inside. And the cartilage is also called a quill because it resembles, as you can see here, a quill or, a pen or a feather. So this is tough cartilage. It almost looks like plastic. You want to make sure to get rid of this. So now to remove the membrane on the cavity of the squid here, you're going to pull away the flippers, which are these guys here. And this is how the squid steers itself in the water. So all you have to do is pull them away from the cavity and the membrane, that outer membrane should come away with it. So now the last step is, of course, rinsing the mantle, getting rid of any sand that might be in the cavity here. And now we're ready to cut the squid into rings and make the most delicious calamari, which is a lot easier than you think. First, what we have to do is cut the tubes into rings. So I have a little bit of paper towel to dry off the calamari. And you need a very sharp knife for this. And you want to slice this into anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch rings. If you didn't want to fry your calamari like I am today, you could certainly do so many different things with this. You could stuff the cavity with a nice breadcrumb stuffing and braise it in a little bit of tomato sauce. So today I'm using a very simple seasoned flour mixture for the calamari. Now it's all-purpose flour, a little bit of pepper, coarse salt, paprika, and cayenne, but you could use anything in this mix. You could use a little bit of Old Bay. So just mix it together, sift all of your ingredients. Again, I'm using all-purpose flour, but you could use rice flour. That would create a lighter coating. So this is mixed up nicely. I have a neutral flavored oil here in my pot at 375 degrees. So you want a high temperature to fry your squid in. Now I'm going to put in the tentacles here as well and gently toss the calamari in your seasoned flour mixture. Any residual moisture will help the seasoned flour mixture stick to the calamari. And since the tentacles are a little bit bigger than the rings, I'm gonna start with them and they're gonna go right into the oil. Now, whenever you're frying, I like to tell people to do this. Make sure you don't overcrowd your pot because what it does is it brings the temperature of the oil down and the oil will soak into your batter or your flour mixture and you'll get a greasy calamari. So don't overcrowd. Make sure you are watching the temperature and it's staying at around 375 degrees. And these fry for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, so not a long time at all. So it's been about 1.5 minutes and the calamari looks great. It's a light golden brown color. Transfer to a wire rack. As always, when I'm frying, I like to transfer to a wire rack instead of paper towels because I find if you put things right onto paper towels, they start steaming on the bottom and your batter or your coating gets soft and soggy. Right when you come out of the fryer, a little bit of salt and maybe some freshly ground pepper. So there you go, guys. Get this right to the table, maybe with a little cocktail sauce and lemon. Now you know how to make calamari at home. It's not so intimidating. You have the technique and the recipe. Enjoy.